Hello, how you doing? Do some more cooking and that, innit? This week's going to be the most genuine lockdown cooking of them all. What I mean by that is my shopping doesn't arrive for another day or so. Don't have a lot of fresh food in the house. Just got bits, leftovers and bits and things I need to use. So I've just been like going through my kitchen, rummaging through what I have, and I'm going to attempt to make something from it. So I'm just going to run through what I have first. Let's see. I mean, this is a proper off the cuff cooking, which I enjoy. Don't know how well it comes across in the recipe, but let's give it a go. Obviously, barbecue season, but now the weather's gone a bit. Yeah. But maybe like me, you've got some things hanging around because you've been having barbecues. I've got a pack of unused sausages here. So the first thing I'm thinking is sausage casserole. Well, when I say thinking, we're doing a sausage casserole. What we're going to do with these is we're going to get a pan, a big old pan. I probably use this in every recipe, right? And we're going to brown these off for like 8 to 10 minutes. We're going to take them back out of the pan, leave all the juices in the pan, put them to one side. So this is what I've got. I've got some red onions, which I need to use up. I'm just going to chop them up roughly. I've got some sad looking carrots. Well, the rest of the bag went manky. These guys are just about alright. I'm going to peel them, chop them into circles. Got opened pack of new potatoes. Just going to slice them up into like circles as well. I've mentioned before about not throwing your broccoli stalks away. I've got 2 broccoli stalks. I'm going to cut around the edges, get rid of the rough bits, chop them in half, cut them into half moons. Got some garlic, really low on garlic, but I've got some garlic. I've got some random herbs kicking about, some thyme here, which I think I can just about scrape some nice bits out of. Got some rosemary, got some parsley. Had a barbecue the other day. This is just bonus, you know, and I've still got a good old barbecued sweet corn left over, so I'm gonna slice the kernels off. Whew, that was a close one. And I've got a couple of peppers, which I charred as well, and I'm gonna chop them up. Look, I didn't know I had these here. I'm gonna use them because I want to give some smokiness, and I hate wasting food so much. If you want to use these elements, just stick some corn and some peppers over your hob and blacken them up a bit. So that's the kind of fresh stuff I've got which we're going to use. If you can follow what prep I just said there and that'd be great. We'll write it up as well. I got some stock, probably do 250ml of stock. Good old cassata. And I've got too many cans of chickpeas, so we're going to get some chickpeas in there. Anything else? I'll figure out my spices in a bit. I'm going to go do the prep that I just said about there. Sausages. These are chicken. Use any sausages you want. Everything else, there's no more meat being added. So if you want to make a veggie sausage casserole, then use your veggie sausages. Oh, lastly, I've got a bit of white wine kicking around. Probably about a large glass. You know, I would like to drink it, but I don't drink in the weekday, so I'll stick it in the casserole. Well, I'm gonna go do all those things like I said, and I'll see you back in a bit. Nice one. Alright, bit clearer on what I'm gonna do. First things first, got my pan here. I've browned off my sausages, kept them whole. I've kept everything in the pan, so you've got the juices that have come out, I've got the oil, it's looking nice, sort of like a bit charred in there because I want to get some smokiness in this. And I've diced up my red onions and I'm just going to put them in while I explain the rest to you. Come on, make a sizzling sound. I put that on quite high. with a pinch of salt now. I'll show you what we've got. It's pretty straightforward from here on in. Classic, where did I put my wooden thing? Don't worry about making too much of a sort of charred look on the bottom of your pan. You want it. We're going to use the white wine to bring it all off and into the flavour. So those onions are cooking. And then the ingredients I went through earlier. I've got my sweet corn in there, I've got my peppers in there, I've got my broccoli stalks, my carrots and my potatoes. The bag of thyme, as in the herb, I don't carry around thyme in a bag, was a bit off. So I've just chopped up some rosemary and I've chopped up about 5 cloves of garlic. And I think I've figured out my spices. You know, I hope this works. In here I have gone for, again, going for smoky. I've gone 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika, the best. 2 teaspoons of oregano, dried. 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and, you know, several good grinds of black pepper. Got my stock made. This is beef stock. You can use any stock. Obviously, if you're making this veggie or vegan, then use veggie stock. I've grabbed some Dijon mustard from my fridge. I've had this mustard about 2 years. It's fine. And that's it. Basically, sweat these onions down for a couple of minutes. They help get a lot of the colour off the bottom of the pan. We're going to go in with all this veg. Give that a good mix. Simmer. I'm going to sweat it off for about 10 minutes so that the potatoes and the carrots are just starting to soften a bit. They're going to end up being cooked in a stock, so they don't need to be fully cooked. But yeah, about 10 minutes simmering there. And we'll come back in a bit and do the next bit. Okay. Veg, been simmering for about 10 minutes. It's softening nicely. We're going to go in with 5 chopped cloves of garlic. Diced rosemary. Might not have said there was like 2 quite big sprigs of rosemary, just diced up. Going with them. Give that a decent stir, raise the heat a little bit. Get that mixed up and go in with your spices. Your smoked paprika, cumin, oregano and your seasoning. Get that nicely mixed in there. Ah, the smell of smoked paprika. Very much better. Get that in there. Got my Dijon mustard. I'm going to go with a tablespoon. It's a lovely sound, isn't it? Again, get that nicely mixed. I'm starting to think this might work, you know. Okay, so we're looking a bit like this. Rubbish at this. Gonna get my wine in. It's gonna deglaze everything. Obviously, give it some nice flavour. It's gonna help get everything scraped off the sides of the pan. I'm gonna get that heat up high while the wine's in, because I want to cook off the alcohol. And while you've got it in there, really try your best to scrape all over the pan so you're getting any little burnt bits off and into what's going to be our sauce. Okay. In a minute or so, we're going to put in our passata, we're going to put in our stock, we're going to put our sausages back in, and we'll put the chickpeas in. Now, the only thing I'm unsure about here is the liquid. I might need to put a bit more stock in, I might need to put some more tomatoes in. We'll judge it now. Couple of minutes with that wine in. Like I said, it's on a high heat, that should be alright. It's smelling really nice. Go in with your stock. Oh, it might be alright. Stock is in. Get in there. Get your passata in. Well, I think we're going to be alright, liquid wise. I mean, what I would probably do is have a boiled kettle on standby in case you want to add a bit more in. I'm going to put my sausages back in. I'm going to keep them whole, you can chop them up if you want, but I want the nice little surprise of a whole sausage. Sausages are in, chickpeas in. Right, I think all we're going to do now is we're going to bring this to a boil and we're going to simmer with a lid not fully on, just slightly ajar. We're going to simmer, and I'm going to say we're going to cook this for 40 minutes. And in that time, I'm going to toast off a load of sunflower and pumpkin seeds, or whatever seeds of your choice. I'm going to get them nicely toasted, and then chop up my parsley, and they're just going to go on the end. So yeah, bring this up to boil. Looking good. Should we have another look at it so we see how bad I am at directing a camera? Almost. Not quite up to boil yet, but yeah. Oh, hi. Okay, we're all cooked. I haven't tasted it yet. What I ended up doing was simmering it for about an hour altogether. I didn't add any more liquid in. What I did was, for half hour, just had the lid slightly ajar so that some steam's escaping and the sauce is thickening. But for the want of not getting it too dried out, put the lid back on for the last half hour. Yeah, about an hour or more. An hour all in all. So we're going to taste it. All you're really looking for now, firstly, your sauce. See if you want to season it any differently. Pretty damn pleased with that, I'll be honest. I know my sausages are cooked because I browned them off first and then they've been sat in there for ages. All you really want to do now is check that your potatoes and your carrots are cooked through, which they are. I'm pretty damn pleased. Alright, I'm looking forward to eating this. Serving wise, I'm just going to have a bowl of it with chopped parsley and toasted seeds. Generous amount of both. I love toasted seeds. I don't really eat much bread these days. It's more of a weekend treat. Hey, been losing weight. If you are a fan of the bread, then this would go really nicely with a crusty roll or something. Mop up all that sauce, which I'm really pleased with. And there you go. Sort of smoky sausage casserole from not a lot of things that I had. Till next time, innit? Nice one.